Hello my darlings, I hope you're doing great. If you're new here, welcome my darling. Please don't forget to subscribe and of course follow me on Instagram because everybody follows everybody, right? So guys, as promised, today I will be reviewing the new JULIANNA'S perfume fragrances. And this video is in partnership with Juliana, so thank you so much Julianna&Perfumes for sponsoring this video and sending me those goodies in PR. However, please guys be aware that all opinions are my own and all opinions are unbiased. These are very, very honest thoughts of mine, and let's get into it. So I have 3 new fragrances. All of them are extrait de parfum. If you guys don't know already, Julianna's perfume are only extrait de parfum, which means the oil concentration of the fragrance is much higher than in most of the fragrances that you find around the counter at Sephora or wherever, because eau de parfum is usually up to 20% of oil concentration. Eau de toilette is obviously way less, and extrait de parfum has to be 20% and above. So these are very highly concentrated perfumes. All of Julianna's perfumes have great lasting power. That's why I absolutely love them. Also, these fragrances are inspired by very famous niche and designer fragrances. However, I love Julianna's perfumes because they actually do have a lot of creative input to it. They do not, copy things straight away as some brands do, and I don't really love that. They really put their thoughts into it. They're very creative. I love them. And you can really sniff something very unique in each fragrance. So that's really up my alley. So I have 3 fragrances. As I said, I have Liquid Gold, which is inspired by one of my favorites, which is the MFK Gentle Fluidity Gold. Then we have another one, which is In the Mood, which is another MFK inspired fragrance, and that is supposed to be Oud Saturn Mood dupe. And then we have Bad Bitch, which is the Rouge Malachite dupe. So yes, let me get into it. Alright my lovelies, so let's start with the first one, which is Liquid Gold. And if you guys don't know already, if you haven't seen my previous video with Juliana, this is how the packaging looks like. Super luxurious, and you get 2 additional samples of other fragrances, and when you lift your actual bottle you get a sample of it. So yes, you can test it before you actually open the bottle, which is amazing. And I'm not gonna do that because I have already tested it, alright, through and through. So here I have the Gentle Fluidity, and here I have the Liquid Gold by Juliana. Actually, they're even very similar in size. So they are really good for traveling, both of them. I really like those MFK bottles, the smaller ones, because you can just, pop them in a bag if you have slightly bigger one and you're good to go. And you can do the same with Julianna's. So I will be putting one fragrance on my left arm and the other on my right arm. So let's do the Juliana one on my right arm. I really love how it smells. I'm gonna tell you straight out of the bat. And I'm gonna do Gentle Fluidity on this arm. Alright, so my thoughts are that when it comes to Gentle Fluidity Gold, you get a little bit more of a constructed of a fragrance, if that makes any sense. I'm gonna explain it to you right now. So Julianna's perfume, in my opinion, it's like the heart of Gentle Fluidity Gold already. Gentle Fluidity Gold starts quite fresh. You get those juniper berries, you know what I mean? It's fresher, it's less sweet. This one, it's more powdery, it's sweeter. They are both very similar. However, when it comes to Liquid Gold, you can think of mixing 70% of Gentle Fluidity Gold with 30% of Montal Intense Cafe. Some people say Gentle Fluidity Gold is actually similar to Intense Cafe. I can agree, but also can disagree, you know. It's really hard to say. Yes, there is very slight resemblance, but they go in a completely different direction. They're suitable for completely different occasions, with this one being suitable for any occasion. Montal, not so much. This one you get really the best of both worlds because you get more sweetness. So if you love Intense Cafe, the sweetness of it, it's more of it here than here. But it's not as dense as Intense Cafe. So in my opinion, Liquid Gold is somewhere in the middle. Gentle Fluidity Gold being the freshest. Then we have this one, and the densest and the sweetest would be Montal Intense Cafe. So it's like a little pyramid where this one is the freshest, more appropriate for any time of the year. And Montal being like very oomph fragrance, strictly for fall and winter because of its sweetness. Yes, so this, as this starts to dry down, the difference gets more and more scratched because this one gets sweeter and more powdery. So I would say, as I said in the very beginning, this is Gentle Fluidity Gold, but not in the very opening. This is the mid and the dry down with a little bit more of sweetness. So yes, beautiful interpretation though. I am in love. I am really, really in love. It smells divine, guys. It's powdery, but it's not like a typical powderiness. It's just so feminine. I love it. I love this just as much as I love Gentle Fluidity. And of course, what I usually do, if I have the original version, I mix them two together. And I absolutely love what comes out of it. Try it if you haven't already. So that is the first one. The second one I want to share my thoughts on with you is the Bad Bitch. And this one I specifically begged Juliana. Okay, I didn't beg. I asked. That was enough. That was enough to just ask for Bad Bitch because they kindly sent me a sample of it. A sample like this with the previous shipping. And I fell in love. I just fell in love and I have to have it. It's just exquisite, guys. So the Bad Bitch is supposed to be a dupe for Armani Rouge Malahit. And to be completely honest, I like it so much more. Honestly, so much more. Because, I don't know if I told you that before, but with Rouge Malahit, it's a beautiful fragrance. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love wearing it. Is it overpriced? Of course. However, sometimes, not always, but sometimes I kind of have a problem with sage being here mixed with tuberose. Sometimes it's slightly too much for me because sage is a very specific thing to me. It's something that I clean my house with. You know, like the fumes of the sage, you know, the spiritual cleaning, not like wiping. I clean my house spiritually with sage. I clean myself with sage as well. So, you know, it has like a very spiritual undertone to me. And sometimes where there is just slightly too much of the clary sage, which basically to me smells the same as the normal white sage that's in the incense or in those little, you know, thingies that I use, the witch brooms. It kind of bugs me, especially that it's mixed with so much of tuberose. And it's beautiful nevertheless. I love it. But the Bad Bitch, guys, the Bad Bitch is the Bad Bitch, okay? It's the Bad Bitch of them all. I love this one. I love this one. This one has more sweetness. It's still very dense, but it's more sweet. It's not as herbal. It's way less herbal. You still get tuberose. You get a lot of ylang-ylang as well. I love this so much more. It's insane. I think that this might be my favorite Juliana fragrance. Hands down. I like them all. Some I absolutely love. Like the whole Inner Beauty range, you know, where they were inspired by the Lina and the Lina exclusive. Amazing. Aurora by, you know, the MFK Baccarat dupe. Amazing. Liquid Gold, the new one, fantastic. But this is just made for me. This is made for me. It's way stronger than Alien Fusion, which also is very often being compared to Rouge Malachite. It's way stronger, it's sweeter, but it's not as sagey and as like herbally as Rouge Malachite. So I love it so much more. Honestly, to me, it's just nicer. It's nicer, it's more pleasant. I'm not saying this one ain't, but sometimes I don't feel like wearing it. You know what I mean? And this one, honestly, I can assure you that after a month's time, this will be gone. I can promise you, because this is 50 ml bottle and I'm quick. I can be very quick if I want to. So trust me on this one. I am in love with Bad Bitch. Sometimes I feel bad saying the name out loud on YouTube because, you know, the whole censorship on YouTube, you know how it is. But I love this. This is my baby. I want this forever. I am probably gonna stock up on this like 10 bottles or 20. That's what I'm gonna do because I love it so much. So get it before I just buy them all. Just get it before I buy them all. I'm serious. That's Bad Bitch. And the last one that we have is In the Mood. So this one is supposed to be an inspiration from Saturn Mood, which is, if you don't know guys already, my favorite oud, hands down. And what I love the most about Saturn Mood is that it's so vanilla. It is very much of a nude and rose, but it has so much vanilla. It's beautiful, it's sweet, super potent, extremely long lasting and strong. If you guys want a reference, I just sprayed myself with Saturn Mood here, so I will be able to compare. And then we have the In the Mood, and I'm sorry that I'm not showing it in front of the camera, but it's quite hard to take out of the box sometimes with those long nails. Ridiculous. So yes, this is In the Mood, and I am gonna spray it on the other hand. Waving like a queen. Okay, so this In the Mood, I'm gonna be completely honest, it is very similar, but it's not as vanilla. So I think I can say that this one is denser on the sweetness. Yes, they're not exactly the same when it comes to the direction. I would say Saturn Mood is way sweeter. And like more powdery almost. I think maybe because of the violet. There's also benzo in here. So, you know, you have a lot of sweet notes. This is definitely one of my favorite fragrances. This one is also beautiful. I would say it's actually more floral. I don't know if they put something additional in here because they usually do. They usually you know, add their own notes to those inspirations. That's why they're so beautiful and so unique. But yes, there's something definitely added in here, like something almost spicy. I do like it though. But I don't think that if you are, you know, going and just being crazy about Saturn Mood, I'm not sure if you're gonna be like 100% satisfied, because yes, they are similar, but they're not as, you know, similarly sweet, if it makes sense. It's still a sweet oud, like, also you don't have to worry when it comes to this one. There's no like skanky barnyard oud, no, it's like super well blended and super smooth. I would just say it's slightly more fresh and more floral. That's what I would say. So this one is more vanilla, this one is more fresh floral, but not particularly rose. There's something in here apart from the rose. I need to find out what that is, but to me it's very interesting to see inspirational fragrances done so well and so creatively. So yes, love that. And you know, with the longevity of Juliana's perfume, again, I know I said it before, but you really cannot go wrong. So all the three that I just got, so we have Liquid Gold, In the Mood, and Bad Bitch, which is like my #1 of all time. They all have my stamp of approval. Bad Bitch you're gonna love if you love Rouge Malachite, but you want something just like me, a little bit more herbal and sweeter. This is my favorite version of all those similar fragrances, you know, like Mugler Alien, Fusion, Rouge Malachite. This is my favorite, absolutely favorite. Then we have Liquid Gold, beautiful, slightly sweeter than Gentle Fluidity and a bit more powdery, less like transparent fresh. It's more, slightly more dense actually. So that is Liquid Gold, beautiful variation. And that is In the Mood, which, one more time, yes, it's less vanilla, more like spicy floral. Very, very nice one. Really, really nice one. Whew. All right, guys, that is it. Everything you need to know will be linked below, along with the discount code and all the links you need to have to find your perfect fragrance. There is like a piece of little fluff flying around and I'm trying to catch it and I'm failing miserably, but okay. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful. In general, now that I test so many fragrances of Juliana's on a daily basis, I can tell you that they never fail with longevity and they are a perfect, beautiful variation about the original fragrance each time I smell it. So I'm really, really happy about that. I'm really happy that they are being very creative as well. And I love the packaging. It's very nice, sturdy, luxurious, perfect for a gift. So yes, guys, this is absolutely lovely. Thank you, Juliana's Perfumes, for sponsoring the video once again for me. I'm really, really grateful. And thank you to you guys, because if you weren't here, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. And I'm very, very grateful to you guys. I absolutely love you. And again, everything along with my discount code will be linked below for you. And see you in my next one. Bye-bye.